Rob.
Tony. And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, Warshack if you want to call me by my Hearthstone name, and we will be going from rank 15 to 14 in this Road to Legend video. So we're going to play some Control Warrior just because normally I wouldn't play Control Warrior this high up in the ranks, but because we're not going to be seeing Despite anymore starting next month, and or Shield Maiden, I figure let's play as much Control Warrior as possible because it is my favorite deck, well, one of my favorite decks, and it's probably going to change, I wouldn't say a lot, but it's going to change, I think, like 30% within the next, month and a half when they release the update. And there's also been, one second, sip of coffee time. Okay, so there's a lot of questions regarding, or a lot of questions being directed at me at like, hey, what decks do we keep Bash against a Paladin? I don't think we do. Because, like, on turn 3, what would he possibly play that we'd want to bash besides, like... I guess we could keep it. The only thing that we'd bash is, like, a Secret Keeper, because, like, Muster for Battle's not something you bash. We're looking for, like, a Despite so the Whirlwind would kill all his 1/1s. But anyway, there's been a lot of questions regarding, hey, what decks do you think are going to be viable in the new Standard format? I want your input. And I don't know at all. And this is because they're releasing a new set of cards along with the update of the Standard format. So, not only are we going to be losing cards, we're also going to be gaining a ton of cards, which I have no idea what they are. I don't have that information. So, I can only assume because, for example, let's say Paladin is losing Muster for Battle, Shielded Minibot, Coghammer, that they'll release some cards to fit those slots that are, being taken away. They're not going to totally wreck a class. Well, hopefully they don't. So it's just hard to say what's going to be good and what's going to be out there at that time. So anyway, let's go back to the Road to Legend and what the fuck we're going to do this game, because it's not starting off that great. A weapon is pretty good to have here, but we don't have one. So I think a coin into the Bash to get rid of the Knife Juggler is the play to do here. It feels bad that we... Oh, please don't be a redemption. Okay. I was going to say, if it comes back with 1 health, I guess that's not too bad because we could Taskmaster it, but at the same time, we don't want to waste a Taskmaster on that. There's a Secret Keeper we're going to use the Bash on, the Shielded Minibot, so we're going to assume this is maybe a Revenge. Avenge, not a Revenge. Okay, so if we play the Alkali of Pain, ideally we'll get 2 draws from it. If he doesn't kill it, he doesn't attack it, we can actually benefit and punish him through the Taskmaster. Seems alright. So if this, we'll find out if this is an Avenge pretty soon. Okay, so we're going to draw 2. That's fine with me. We're looking for Brawl in this matchup. Seems like it'd be a pretty good card. We're only running 1 of those at the moment, so we'll see what we can do with what we got. None of these cards really help us that much, to be honest. So if we Taskmaster this 1/1, and it's an Avenge, we have no way of dealing with the card. So we're pretty much just cycling right now for a Brawl. 20 cards, 19 cards left in the deck. Turn 5, probably Belcher is going to have to waste 2 or 3 cards to get through it. Now, he doesn't have a ton of damage out right now. We know one of these isn't Competitive Spirit, but if he plays another Secret, I'm going to assume it is Competitive Spirit, which would not be good. So he has nothing to play on turn 5, which tells me one of these cards in his hand is Mysterious Challenger, and because he has so many cards out, Big Game Hunter is really not even that effective in this situation. So we're going to Belcher and hope to God he doesn't have Dr. Six, but I'm going to assume the card on his far left is Dr. Six. This one right here. That card, that looks like a Dr. Six to me. And the card to the very right looks like a Dr. Boom. Let's see what he's got. If he doesn't have it, that's good, though, because he's going to have to sacrifice at least... Ooh, was it the card in the middle? Was I wrong all along? Okay, sacrifice 1/1s. Okay, so Big Game Hunter gets a lot better in this situation, because there's less cards for the Avenge to hit on, and there's more of a chance that our Big Game Hunter can kill something. We also can Taskmaster and Big Game Hunter it. I guess that's always an option as well. So if we do... Another Secret Keeper. Okay. So if we do end up playing the weapon here, we have no... Ooh, Despite. I suppose we can Shield Maiden? Because, like, if we just develop the weapon, we've got no 4-drop creature to play besides, like, an Armor Smith and a Taskmaster. So I guess we could... No, because no matter what we attack, we have to assume one of these is a Noble Sacrifice. Or it could be a Redemption. Oh, this is so hard. This is the problem. Because there's a huge difference between a Noble Sac, an Avenge, and a Redemption. Because if we has no Noble Sacrifice, killing off this 1/1, then playing Despite and killing whatever happens, and it gets the Avenge is good. But if one's a Noble Sac, then Shield Maiden is the proper play, and then we'll set up for an attack next turn. So we're just going to Shield Maiden. We're not going to let him get the Avenge off yet. We'll do that when we can set up a better play. So there's, like, 2 plays that could have gone there, and then, like, this is, like, the... I don't know. It would have been far worse if we would have developed the weapon into a Noble Sac than to just play this card and then develop a weapon next turn and then deal with whatever comes from that. So this makes me think, wow, because if this is a Redemption now, this Belcher is going to be really annoying. So we can actually kill off a 1/1, and we'll see what happens from there. So there's an Avenge. Okay. And if Redemption doesn't pop, then this is a Noble Sac. So this is a Noble Sac. Alright. Which means... if we develop the weapon and attack with the weapon, it gets Noble Sacked. Okay. And then from here, we'll kill off his Belcher with our 5/5. I wish I had a little bit more armor, but I don't. We're just going to have to deal with it. So I'm assuming he's going to swing his 5/4 into Armor Smith. If he doesn't, this is really good for us. His Shielded Mini-Bot probably into the 5/2. Yeah, and it's probably going to swing... Why would he... Maybe he misordered. What the fuck is he doing? Rank 15 Secret Paladin plays, everybody. Alright, so the 5/4 does goes in the Armor Smith. He should have attacked the Armor Smith first, because I actually gained 1 armor extra from that. But that's fine. Ooh, Tyrion is a card we normally really don't want to see, to be completely honest. It's just a really good card. So, we can actually Taskmaster... No, we can't Taskmaster anymore. I was going to say Taskmaster BGH, but there is no Taskmaster BGH anymore. RIP. How you say we are fucked? Well, this needs to die. The Tyrion can be dealt with eventually. We're at enough health right now where we're not, like, threatening. It's not too bad. So maybe... Not sure. Killing this seems fine, right? So, like, what do we do with 8 mana? That need to happen. Kill that. Play the Alkalite. So now, hopefully he doesn't draw Doctor. No, even Doctor 7 would be fine because we just big game hunter. But we still don't have a way to deal with the Tyrion. Like, we're going to eventually have to take the weapon, the 5/3 Ashbreaker, because there's no Sylvanas in this deck. So there's no way to, you know, brawl our Sylvanas and kill the Sylvanas to take it, which is normally a play I'd like when we're going against a Paladin. There's also no great way to get rid of the Divine Shield. We could actually try to fatigue him and go for, like, the attrition battle. I almost said nutrition. I used to say that all the time. And then Tony's like, are you saying nutrition or attrition? And I'm like, isn't it nutrition? He's like, no, it's a battle of attrition. And I'm like, oh. Execute, I guess it's alright. We still need to be able to get rid of this Tyrion. Like, this Brawl would be really nice. We've been waiting for Brawl almost the entire game. So, unfortunately, if we play Dr. Boom, he's just going to swing Tyrion into Boom. And it's not going to be a happy time. There's nothing happy about that. Maybe one of these is Avenge, and then we can big game hunter. So let's execute this and see what happens. Land on the Tyrion. Oh, baby. Thank you, RNGesus.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Competitive spirit. Fudge, we should have attacked a creature. Oh no! This is bad. I was thinking it's maybe a noble sack. So how much damage he has? 8, 5, 3, 13. We're gonna have to Alex Strauss ourselves. This is horrible. Oh no. That's not good. So now we gotta kill off one of these 2/2s with our 4/1. And we got Alex Straza ourselves back to 15. So now he can pump out, what is that, 6? He can pump out 11 more damage, which pushes it again at 4. I don't see there's not going to be a good way to get around this, guys. We need to, like, a whirlwind would be fine in the deck. We need, like, we need, like, a bash, maybe? I don't know. We need to clear field and gain armor. Shield Maiden. Does that do it? Shield Maiden's 5, puts us at 9, 10, 11. And this is... I don't think there's a way. Maybe? Maybe it's Doomsayer? Not a Doomsayer. Unfortunately, it is not a Doomsayer. Yeah, I don't think there's a way around this, guys. Because this is only 6 armor, and that doesn't deal with anything. The Shield Maiden and passive is still not enough. Because this is 6, 9, 10, 15. Alright. Makes me a bit sad. Makes me a bit sad. I actually want to throw in another brawl at this point in time. Like, we didn't... I don't know. Like, 2 Taskmasters. Like, I always normally run 2 brawls, to be completely honest. We're going to throw in another brawl. I know people say you should not play 2 brawls because 2 is too much and 1 is just enough, but it seems like we really were looking for a brawl that entire game and we just couldn't draw one. Especially with the amount of Secret Paladin on ladder right now. Most of the time they have at least 4 creatures on the board sometime during the game, so whether we brawl once or twice, it seems like 2 brawls is fine right now. Normally I only run 1 though because it's not that... Like, normally we can deal with the field other ways than having to play Brawl all the time. But, like, we were pretty much looking for Brawl the entire game. Like, any Brawl at any point in that game could have changed it. The big game Hunter was good, but still not enough. So we're going to keep the Despite Foe show, and I think that's it. So Priest, we're going to assume he's going to be playing probably Dragon Priest, and maybe Entomb Priest, but most likely Dragon Priest with 1 Entomb, I don't know. We'll see from his opening hand. So the Warshack Cleric does not give us a good representation of what this is going to be. Nothing really to play there. We're looking for a War Axe. Always looking for the War Axe. Or we can coin in the Despite on 3. Divine Spirit. Wow, so 6 HP. What a card. So there's a brawl. We don't need you now. So if he's playing Divine Spirit, then he's obviously playing Inner Fire, most likely. Can't heal here unless he has a Circle of Healing. Does not look like he has that Circle of Healing. So we can make the play to coin into the Despite and kill that, or we can just execute it, coin out the... No, I think we need to save execute for the Northshire. It also makes it so he can't heal next turn. Because he already has only 4 cards in hand. Which limits, you know, what he can do. So he can actually attack face or attack one of his creatures, execute, and throw down the Acolyte of Pain, draw 1, kill at least 2 cards if he has a creature that he brings out. So there's the Power Word Shield, so really that doesn't really affect our plan for the execute next turn. We want him to play a creature here, but he didn't. So this kind of makes it really hard to want to execute that. But I will anyway, because I don't want him drawing. And it's too big not to warrant killing. He's already wasted, what, 2 cards on this 1 card and never generated any cards from it through healing, so I think that's fine. Going on turn 6, playing the Acolyte could potentially be dangerous because of the Soul Priest, but we've already gotten 1 draw out of it, and if he plays a card here, we'll obviously kill it off. Elise. Alright, so we don't have a 5-drop at all. That's not a 5-drop. Do we even kill this off? So if we armor smith, attack, 1 armor, it's at 4 health. Armor up, it's at 3 armor, it's at 4 health. It's not enough to shield slam it. Sucks. Execute. Do we waste an execute on that card? I suppose we can. Could have played the armor smith when we attacked into it for 1 armor, but at that point in time we really didn't have anything to back up the armor smith. Like, we couldn't kill the board, and I didn't want to guarantee us having the extra card to be able to kill his Elise, so I just didn't want him killing the armor smith with nothing past that. So it looks like in this situation, wow, so this kind of like, again, we're almost having to, like, if we shield slam we have 4, and then we have to kill off our armor smith, and if we shield maiden he's gonna get 2 uses from his Emperor Tharzan because we don't have the 1 extra mana. So it's like, what do we just play the other armor smith? Like the Emperor has to die. Like, that's just a card that cannot live.
Strike.
This stinks. What a turn. what a lame turn. Like, we were 1 mana off from being able to develop a 5/5 and kill that. Like, even, oh man, that stinks. That stinkies. Wow, I was expecting a Shadow Priest in that situation. So we're probably just going to Shield Maiden as it, I don't know. Jescar is still a pretty good play. I think Jescar in this situation is fine. This is because if he has Shadow Ward Death, he'll probably use it on this 6/3 instead of the 5/5. Entomb. Oh god, that's not good. I guess I should have saw that coming. So it looks like Shield Maiden passive next turn. Better. We definitely can outlive this guy for sure. Like, priests aren't known for being able to live a long time against a warrior, because we can just keep getting armor every turn, and he'll eventually run out of shit. We're running double brawl, so we're not really scared. There's the Shadow Ward Death, which we wanted him to use on Jescar. So no matter which order in that situation we played those cards in, we were gonna die. Or he was gonna, you know, if we would have played Shield Maiden first, he would have Shadow Ward Death. If we would have played Jescar now, then he would have just entombed it. So it's just like, no matter really what we did there, it was bad. Light of the Naru to summon a 1/2. And now, does he have another Shadow Ward Death onto this? Because if he doesn't, we can actually just bash that and then throw down the Belcher. Velens. Wow, this card is getting pretty powerful. Still cannot BGH it unless we draw a Taskmaster. That's not a Taskmaster. Baron doesn't do it. No reason not to develop here. The Light Bomb doesn't kill the whole field. Holy Nova doesn't kill the whole field, and it puts taunts in front of the 8/8, because obviously he can't kill the 8/8 because he didn't kill it last turn. He just buffed up the light, so we could maybe swing into there, and then he would be able to kill it the following turn. But I'm not really scared because we have the double taunt. See, again, we're still hiding behind taunts. We're no longer hiding behind taunts. This now can be BGH'd. This definitely can be BGH'd. It's also at 5 health, so we can Baron and bash, but I don't think he's going to have any other BGH target. Actually, because this is 8, it's still setting up lethal for the following turn. This is fine. It's all good. I guess we could have won there, right? Because 8, 3, 3, and then Baron. No, we wouldn't have enough mana to do that. You do not have enough mana. With 12 mana, says Rob. Oh yeah, I just cast 2 Because this is 5, and then this is 7, that's 12, and then you just play big game, and that's like an extra 3, and then that's 15 mana. We always have that. We always have enough mana. Always have enough mana. Alright, so this Road to Legend video is actually going to be a little bit longer. So let's say we win one more, and we put it 2, and then we win one more, and that's 2 more stars. So we have to win 4 more games, right? 1 more, 2 more. No, we have to win 3 more games. Yeah, so in total we had to win 4. But we have to win 3 more from here. That's a lot. That's a lot right now. Ugh. So, mage. War Axe is nice. We haven't actually drawn the War Axe on turn 1 yet. So, playing against a mage. If he's freeze mage, we automatically win. If he's tempo, it's gonna be decent because we have the War Axe. 2 War Axes. And if he's playing mech, it's about the same as tempo. So we have the double War Axe is nice. This card's whatever. We develop the weapon. Do we attack with it is the question. Because we have the follow-up. I think we hold on to it. That hurts a little bit. Because if he kills that, he gets the secret out. So... I don't think we attack it, to be honest. There's no point to lighten the load on his deck of him pulling out a secret yet. Flamewaker? Turn 3 for him. Sorcerer's Apprentice. Frostbolt. Hey, look, he actually just drew into a secret. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we're going to... I don't know yet. If we attack into this, it pulls out another secret. One of them's Mirror Entity. We can Taskmaster. Sure. Seems alright. 2 secrets? Alright, so one of them is a counterspell. One of them is a Mirror Entity. He can have a 2/2. Very powerful card, very powerful card. The other one's going to be a counterspell, and there's not really that many spells that matter in our deck too much. I mean, there's the Brawls and the Bashes, the Executes and the Shield Slams, but ideally we'll waste some card that doesn't matter too much. So coin into the Frostbolt. Coin into the Apprentice into a Arcane Missiles. Ooh, the plays with this one. So this would be a perfect time to brawl, but we actually can't because of this secret right here. Unless it's like a duplicate. Actually could be a duplicate. No. No, probably not. Anyway. So we'll swing into the... We can't really kill anything. So we can swing into the Sorcerers. Not a duplicate. Alright, that's fine. I guess we just develop the field. We're not going to pop that counterspell anytime soon. We do not want to waste Brawl for no reason whatsoever. Next turn's looking like a Shield Maiden. We're at 23 health, so we're not a ton, but we're alright. 4 cards in his hand, 2 on field, so we're even here. Frostbolt's the Acolyte. We actually draw 1 from this, so we're actually up 1 card. The Belcher's nice. Gain 1 armor. We can actually hide the belt. Ooh. Flame Cannon. Ouch. I was going to say, if our Armorsmith can live, we can actually hide the Armorsmith behind the Belcher, which would have been a more powerful play. But we can't. If we had 7 mana, I would Belcher and Axe, but we don't, so we just have to Shield Maiden. The Shield Maiden also puts us at, 23 health, and we can kill off the Flamewaker next turn if he does not have a Fireball. Conjure puts it so we need to draw, I would say Bash is good, but Counterspell is still a card on the board. It's almost like we have to waste the Execute. We'll see what happens. Do we smash the War Axe into the 6/3 and then swing the Shield Maiden into there? We're already pretty low. So 18. We're going to take a decent amount of chunk from there, but the Belcher will be able to protect the Maiden, and then he can't attack with the 2/2 into that. So I think that's a fair play for next turn. Oh, he's also running out of cards, so if we can just keep armoring up and staying out of lethal range. We have to assume he has He's thinking about what right now with 1 mana? Nothing. Okay. So we're gonna kill this. I'm gonna develop the Belcher. Develop the weapon. What do we care more? 4 health or Belcher lives? Let's go for 4 health. So we're at 12. Double Fireball does not kill us yet. So we just have to armor up. Gotta make sure we armor up next turn. So we armor up, maybe use some executes, get rid of this fucking counter spell, and hopefully draw into like a shield block or like a bash or something to like gain some more armor. Just card would be nice. Echo, so you echoed a task and a flame. Interesting card. Got it out of the Conjure. Okay. So this is good. No, that is not good. We cannot do that because double Fireball. So if we attack into this, we gain 1 armor. We want to execute. It doesn't allow us to. Race for impact. We're gonna play the safer route. Try to get as much armor as possible. We don't actually have to pop counterspell right now. Gonna hold on to that as long as possible. So next turn, ideally, he plays a card. He has a Taskmaster and another Flame Waker. There's the Taskmaster to ping this off for 1. I'm gonna gain 2 more armor in this situation, which is really nice. This is kind of what I wanted. I guess we could have attacked the Flame Waker with our weapon and then Sledge Belchered into it. Keep our 5-2 alive. Would have been fine. So there's the bash. Okay. This is some hard plays. Alright, this is good. This is what we wanted. Counter spell. We're still prone to double Fireball, but this is like would. No, we're not, because if we do this... No, we're fine. So we're going to gain 2 more armor and take 2. So we're actually out of Fireball range. There we go. We're 3 up from a Fireball. Or double Fireball. And he's going to have to waste a Fireball on that. Azure Drake. Okay, not that punishing, because we can bash, swing it into with the Alkalite. Never mind, Alkalite's dead. I mean, the Armor Smith is down. Ysera, wow, that's nice. This is nice. But do we Ysera right now, or do we keep the board control? I think we keep the board under control. Keep pumping in with the Baron. We can Ysera at any time. He has to deal with this. So if he fireballs, then we Ysera the following turn. But the problem is we can't armor when we Ysera. Also, if we would have attacked, he can ping it, and then that's the end of Baron. Alright, so there's the Boomerino. He hasn't used a Fireball yet. It's so scary, because they have so much burst. And the Flame Waker. Okay, so it looks like Swing Face Brawl is the... Oh, wow, it's going to be hard to want to Brawl here. So we could actually... Shield Slam this. Swing that into that. Ysera. Seems fair. Still out of double Fireball, unless both these bombs hit face for like 1,000,000 damage. Alright, still out of Fireball range. And he has to deal with this, or we're pushing lethal next turn with the Nightmare onto Ysera. Unstable Portal could in fact give him a Deathwing. The Oasis Snapjaw. Water Elemental, I believe he knows its game here. And there's the Bandworm. So he didn't have double Fireball, but we were playing around it. He didn't actually have a Fireball at all. But we were playing around it all game like a champ. Playing around some cards he never even had. Alright, 2 more games. The Control Warrior. I think double brawl really didn't make a significant difference in that game, but if he didn't have the counterspell, it would have. Knowing how and when to pop a counterspell against a mage, whether it be counterspell or mirror entity, is pretty important. It's all depending on the game. I was actually going to make a video on how to go around the best ways to deal with secrets from each individual class, but then I started making the guide, and I realized that depending on the deck you're playing, what cards have been played, what cards your opponent has, there's so many different situations in which there's different ways to go about popping secrets that there's no good way to make that video. And it doesnn't matter how I make the videos, there's going to be some person that it doesn't apply to. And there's so many different ways, it's just too much. I would have to do, 10 different situations with, different classes and, different health. It would have been too much. But yeah, I did think about that video and making it, and I tried, but I just couldn't. If someone does, congratulations for them, but, it was... Because depending on when they play the card, what they played prior, what's in your hand, what's at your health, what creatures you've played, what the outcome of the game you want to be. Because obviously, depending on who you're playing against, the win condition of each match may be different. So let's say if you play a warrior and you play Grom early on, your win condition is no longer being able to pump 14 damage from Despite and Grom to your opponent's face, which could then change. The rest of your plays is just retarded amount of stuff. Coining into the Alkalite forces him to have to ping on 3 mana, which is not what mages normally want to do. He also could Frostbolt it, but then again, that leaves him with 1 mana floating. Flame Cannon, that leaves him again with 1 mana floating, which is good. Never mind. No mana was floating. Suppose we could bash. Seems alright. Again, we want to kind of leave the Scientist up for as long as possible until we don't need it, because he can draw into secrets, and then if he draws into secrets, Mad Scientist loses a lot of value. But if we attack the Mad Scientist pops the secrets out, it's not so good. Flame Waker off the top into the Arcane Missile, so it looks like he's trying to pump out a lot of damage. 2 cards in hand, he's going to have 3 next turn. We can kill the Flame Waker with Despite. It really looks like we're in a pretty good situation in this game, so... I'm not really worried too much. 22 health on turn 5, following by a Sledge Belcher into a shield block bash or a bash passive shield slam seems pretty good for a turn 6. Conjure kind of hurts us a little bit. Yeah, I suppose. We're going to bash it. My thought process is, do we kill Mad Scientist right now or no? Because it's we can bash, play the Armor Smith, but we kind of want to use the Armor Smith to get the Mirror Entity from this guy. So it's just let's attack now. Yeah. Let's attack now. He gets his Mirror Entity out. We're going to bash this prior. And now he gets a Mirror Entity on an Armor Smith. And if that was a counterspell, then we would have just passive Shield Slammed it. But I'd much rather give him a fucking Armor Smith than a Sledge Belcher. Because him getting armor, really not that... We're not worried about him getting armor. We're worried about him getting, Belchers and Barons and good old True Hearts and stuff like that. So it looks like we can, in this situation... Belcher seems fine. Swing into Armor Smith, Shield Slam the 6/3. Seems like a pretty decent play. He gains a little bit of armor, but so do we, and that's just enough to be able to kill that. 5 cards in hand to our 6 cards, 7 cards next turn, 1 on field. We're up by 1, and we have a polymorph onto the Belcher, made by the Conjurer. I was going to say if this came out of his deck, that'd be pretty good, but that's a good... Why wouldn't he play the Sorcerers and then play the Sheep? He'd be left with 1 mana. Just seems like it'd be the better play there. Whatever. So I believe we developed the True Heart, or do we Shield Block and Alkalite of Pain? I think we developed the True Heart. Save the execute for maybe something big. No point to kill the armor smith yet. He's going to have to swing this into here, and it takes more than a ping to get rid of this from there, unless he has a frostbolt. Intellect, good top deck. Hopefully he's only... Man, that... If he didn't have that intellect there, it would have been really good for us, because he's like running low on cards. Dragon's Breath out of the other Conjurer. This guy's getting some decent cards. Unstable Portal. Hopefully he doesn't get anything too crazy from that. Another Snapjaw! Look at this guy. He's doing big things. Brawl wouldn't be too bad here. War Axe. So we're gonna... I don't think... Unless we draw into a 5-drop. I was gonna say we want to take the damage prior to shield blocking, but I think in this situation... Actually... I think this is fine. Now we'll shield block. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alkalite, see if we can draw into more cards. We're at 20 health and we can gain 4 armor every turn. The Alkstrazes can be used offensively or defensively in this position. The Big Game Hunter, if he plays anything huge, along with the Execute. Normally the Execute and the Big Game Hunter are kind of interchangeable because both of these are pretty much kill whatever creature you want whenever you want to. Big Game Hunter being more so 7 or higher. So like Dr. Boom and Ragnaros. He's got 15 to our 16, so we're looking pretty even on cards. This field's a little bit stronger than mine. The Armor Smith doesn't bother me at all. And the Oasis Snapjaw's a little it's a kind of annoying, but not too annoying. Frostbolting the Alkalite, Alkane Blast for the 1. Drawing me another card. And drawing me another card. Alright, so next turn, we can Brawl. Brawl does not seem to be that bad. But then do we have anything else to play is the problem. We do. So, any of those cards are fine. And wow, that's actually the best card it could have, left us. So remember to attack and then armor up, not the other way around. 2 cards to our 5 cards, 6 cards next turn, and Ysera is being dropped, and when this gets dropped, if he plays anything big, we can actually just swing our Armor Smith into it and then execute it. So, actually just Big Game Hunter that. So depending what this lands on. Wow, so it lands on face. So that's not too good. So what? Big Game Hunter, get that out of the way. We can be, how much damage? If he top decks a Fireball, that's 6. Can we afford? Let's go for it. Be greedy. 11 damage. Unless he draws like a Pyroblast. That'd be so bad. I'm gonna make the assumption he doesn't run Pyroblast. Arcane Intellect into double Frostbolt Ice Lance, but that'd be 3 cards. Alright, so he doesn't have it. Alright, so we can actually Alexstrasza here. This is where like we mentioned, the mage just kind of runs out of fuel. The armor doesn't particularly matter, and we're just going to keep getting more and more value out of Emperor. Not that that matters too much, but still, the Ysera being dropped at like 5, the Alexstrasza being dropped at 8 is a big deal because we can armor up. They armor up for 4 armor every turn, so you can't, like, it's just, like, we're pretty stable. Like, it's just a matter of being able to stabilize with the Control Warrior, them not take too much of the board, kind of make decent trades, maybe outvalue them some parts here and there. They get whittled down in their hand because they're too busy dealing with bigger creatures later on in the game. And by that time, you just keep summoning bigger creatures. Alexstrasza, Emperor, Ysera, Shield Maidens, Gromash, Boom, True Heart, which allows you to sit there and just gain armor over and over and over again. It's just a constant flood. So this is 6, 8. I believe that is game. Yeah, it's exactly lethal. Okay. Okay, so we have to win one more game in order to finish off this Road to Legend video. That win streak. So, ideally, this is going to be a pretty long video. It's going to be like, what, an hour? Sorry about that, guys. But that's how long it took us to get there. Get to rank 14. I guess I could have restarted it when we lost one, and then when we won one, restarted it, so you save like 2 games, but You guys want to see it all. You want to see the struggle of Warshack. So Druid's a pretty favorable matchup sometimes against us. If we can draw, ooh, not a hand like this. Putting back the Baron and the Jescar for sure. The Cool Taskmaster seems like it's okay if he's running Cancer. Also, if we draw into Acolyte or Armorsmith, it's pretty dandy. Acolyte's pretty dandy. So now the hard part is, do we coin Acolyte on 2 and then Taskmaster on 3? Or do we just hold the Acolyte until 3 and then Taskmaster passive on 4? Ooh, Living Roots. Huh. So we're going to coin out Acolyte, and then we're going to play Cruel Taskmaster off curve. Or maybe we'll bash if he plays like a Darnassus Ass Pirate. He's rank 14. We're about to take that 14 from him. So passive. Okay, so he had nothing to really follow up the Living Roots, which is nice. So coining into the Acolyte of Pain is going to make him have to respond with something. If he doesn't, we're going to be able to draw a decent amount of cards, which allows us, in a Control Warrior deck, being able to draw at least 2 cards from Acolyte is nice. Because it allows you to draw into more ways to deal with cards that they play. Because Warrior has a lot of outs. Like, you've got Bashes, Shield Slams, Executes, Taskmaster into BGHs. Like, did he just fucking end his turn and not do a damn thing? I'm not gonna say anything there. So we're gonna draw, see what we get. We can actually just Taskmaster his card. We could have Taskmaster our Acolyte, but then we do draw an extra card, but it dies to that, the Living Root. Living Little Root. So here, do we develop the Death Spice, or do we bash? And I think we bash, because we have no good turn 5 play. Well, that's a card. Does this hurt him more than us? I think it does. Because we have a weapon we can play next turn. And he has, like, what, Swipe? Or Drew to the Claw? Okay, so we Despite for 4, swing into this for 2. He's gonna have to waste spells eventually. What's his turn 6? Tharzan? Thank you. I'll be taking that. He's gonna have to waste. We actually draw 2 cards from that. So we get a card and we draw a card. What a horrible play. So we're actually going to play the Shield Maiden and we're just gonna sit on our weapon. Again, let's make him waste as many possible spells as he can. Take him. So we have how many cards in our hand? 8 cards in our hand. So we have the potential we draw 1 next turn. If he plays 1 spell, we can get it without overdrawing. Seems alright. He also hasn't used Wild Growth or Innervate. So there's the Boom, which we can counter pretty easily with Big Game we just drew. So that leaves us with 4 mana. What do we want to do with 4 mana?
I've got the beast in my sights. Pain, speak to me.
We could clear board right now, but so you can actually attack the show here, clear out the bombs. I don't know. We're gonna clear out the bombs. I guess we should have done this prior to BGHing. Yeah, because now we're super prone to swipe. But at least we're not gonna get it. How many cards are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. As long as we don't overdraw. Wild Growth. Interesting play there. Killing off the 5-1. Okay. He actually should have killed off the 1-1 if he was looking for me to overdraw. Tempo BGH out. Interesting. Okay, so we play this 2-drop.
I can take the hit.
Can actually rat this down. Get rid of some cards in our hand. Makes him have to use his passive to kill these ones in our hand. Unless he can Azure Drake. Ooh, okay, or not. We're at 35 health, so I wasn't really worried about double combo too much. Alright, so it looks like we were able to hit rank 14 with the Control Warrior. I'll probably continue playing Control Warrior as it seems to be doing fairly well on ladder. And it's also really fun for me to play. I enjoy Control Warrior very, very much. So, with that said, guys, of course, thanks for stopping by the end. I'm Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.